Hey everybody, I'm Tori with Live Local, and I'm here with Josie, the awesome owner of the Novel Bakery. So if you haven't heard of her, tell them a little bit about who you are and what you do.
So I am Josie. I live here in Chesapeake Beach, and about a year ago, I've always been a baker, but about a year ago I started baking scones and started playing with recipes, and a few friends convinced me that I should try to sell them. And so it took a little bit of a process to get to the point where I was ready to do that, we did. The Novel Bakery was born. It was a strange process too, because I was playing with recipes, and I'm a former librarian.
Oh, okay.
So when I lived in Virginia, I was a librarian at my kids' school for 9 years. So when I started baking, and you have to have a niche, and you have to have a gimmick, and you have to have something that people will remember you by, and because there's a lot of home bakers.
Very true.
So I played around a lot. I knew I wanted to tie it into something that said something about me, and so I was all over the place, and then one day I made a batch of honey and apricot scones. And that was the first time I actually created a recipe on my own. I substituted out honey for sugar and the apricots and all that. And I couldn't stop thinking about Winnie the Pooh.
And that is like a very unique flavor combination. Like, I've never heard of that anywhere else before for cupcakes or anything.
Yeah, and from there I just kind of sat down and started listing out all of the scone recipes and flavors I had kind of created, and I started matching them up with either book characters or book titles. And then that was how, and then I knew I had my thing.
And then
at that point,
when we chatted about some of these scone flavors that you did, and then the names of them. So I'm a huge Alice in Wonderland buff. I'm kind of nerdy to the extreme with that. And when you said that, I was like, oh my God, I love the names.
Yeah.
And then the flavors that went with them.
Yes.
The double chocolate, raspberry, white chocolate. They all sounded amazing. I couldn't pick one that I wanted to order, so that's why we're doing it.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the flavors that kind of that spur the name, and sometimes it's the character that I really love, and I think, okay, what can I make that represents that character? So like, with the Alice in Wonderland, the Mad Hatter, that's my mixed berry and dark chocolate, because it's kind of got that crazy combination, and then that little bit of the dark chocolate,
his dark personality and all that too.
And then other times it's just what a scone looks like. So I recently created a chocolate mint cookie. Ooh. So I make a chocolate scone, and then I chop up some mint Oreo cookies and mix that in with the scone batter, and that's my Wicked Witch of the West. And it's because of the color. It's because of the color. Perfect. It's just because of the green and the brown together. So it's,
So what is your favorite either like group or theme that you've done to date so far?
Oh.
And that's a tough question considering all the...
Probably, I would say probably either my fall or my Christmas flavor. So at Christmas time I do a pistachio scone that I named after the Grinch. I have a peppermint white chocolate, which is Jack Frost.
Okay.
I have a cocoa, which is chocolate with marshmallows for Polar Express.
Sounds so good.
And then I have just a Saint Nick, which is just a plain scone. It's sugar cookie, so it's a plain scone, but then I do an icing with sprinkles on top, so it kind of tastes like a sugar cookie.
That all sounds amazing.
And then fall, we've got butterscotch and salted caramel and
all those
cranberry. Those are probably my favorite
pages. You come up with these different recipes and flavor combinations where one could be the favorite, and then you're like, oh, but this is just a game changer. So So Josie, how can people reach out to you if they want to either do a special order or just find out more information and buy your product? Where can they find you, and then how can they call for the special orders?
So right now we're on Facebook and Instagram, and we have an email. It's just thenovelbakery@gmail.com.
Super easy.
We'll be at the North Beach Farmers Market. You can place an order in person.
Okay.
And we can do a local meetup or pickup. I'll have cookies at the Honey's Harvest Market, which is, I have shortbread. So I have a plain vanilla shortbread. I have a cinnamon spice shortbread. I have a snickerdoodle, and this week I'm going to do pecan sandies.
I feel like I could be in a diabetic coma just talking to you. Everything sounds so delicious.
So eventually I might add some of the cookies to the North Beach Market too, but it'll have to be on a week when I'm not doubled up.
First farmers market, plenty of scones available. Go to Honey Harvest if you want to do cookies or the scone options, and you can always special order with you.
Yes, absolutely.
Easy enough. Awesome.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and you guys definitely reach out for any of your scone, cookie, baker needs. Awesome stuff over here. Take care, guys.